In this video, I talked to Vince Montero from Helium 10. He's an Amazon advertising specialist, and he will share with us some good tips on how you can structure, name, and organize your PPC advertising campaigns whenever you are launching new products in your portfolio. And the link to Helium 10 and Adtomic you will find below in the description, as well as coupon codes if you want to sign up for Helium 10. Hello, Vince. It's nice to have you here. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do in Amazon space?
Yeah, sure. Good to be here again, Augustus. My name is Vince Montero, and I am the Senior Marketing Manager for our PPC tool called Adtomic at Helium 10. And that's been what I've been here doing almost 3 years, is really kind of taking my experience with helping sellers in PPC and building out a tool for all sellers.
Yeah, and I remember a long time ago we recorded a demo of your Adtomic tool, which viewers can find at the top, the link, but I guess we need to invite you for a refreshed demo.
Oh yeah, there's many more things it does now since that video.
Yeah, and I know that today we'll be talking about how to organize your PPC campaigns, how to structure whenever you are launching new products on Amazon. And before that, it's important to mention that just recently you launched a PPC course. Can you briefly introduce it to us?
Yeah, so I've been working on for a long time on putting together a more advanced PPC course. You know, most people know that Helium 10 is known for their training. We have a full FBA training course called Freedom Ticket, but it only had like a couple of modules in there about PPC. And PPC is a very, very broad topic. So I invited, a guest speaker with me to do this called Mina Elias and of Trivium Group. And so between him and I, we launched recently a very large intermediate to kind of advanced level PPC course. And I'm excited to share some of the things that we talk about here today.
And if some people want to talk to you personally, actually, they can meet you in Sell and Scale Summit by Helium 10, which is happening in Las Vegas, September 19-22nd in 2022. If you, of course, watch the recording of this video much later, you can still check. Maybe Helium 10 is organizing another Sell and Scale Summit. Actually, all the links you will find below to the PPC course, we'll put a link below in the description. Also, if you want to come to Sell and Scale Summit organized by Helium 10, you will find the link below and a discount code as well. And now let's jump to the content and let's talk about how to organize PPC.
So, we get asked these kind of questions a lot. So the first thing I wanted to do is kind of make sure how people are aware of some of the simple things that they can do, leveraging just Amazon itself to do some keyword research and some target research. So I wanted to just pop over here into Amazon first and kind of showcase, some different things that you can do. Now, obviously, you can see on my screen, I have Xray on. But this is a free tool. So it's a free Chrome extension. So anyone can use this kind of thing. So it definitely is something that I recommend. You see, I've got this search here for crutches. And although I do have lots of data here on the different products that are on the screen as I scroll, what's really powerful in the Xray tool is the ability to actually just drill down to what's on the screen. Let's say if I'm selling a crutch and I really want to, launch PPC, then I'm going to come here, I'm going to see, well, what's appearing for the word crutches. So I could really quickly see all the brands that are appearing on this page for the word crutches. I can look at all the ASIN targets and see right away, okay, these are some of the targets that I might want to use in my product targeting campaigns. That is really super important when you're first launching PPC, is the product targeting version. So having access to this information with just the click of a button, as I just clicked on that, and then being able to download, you can filter the results. If your price point is, something specific, maybe it's, below $50, you can really filter this down to say, I really only want to see, products that are less than $50, sorry, more than $50, because then your product is more competitive. So there's ways that you can leverage these filters and this Xray and really actually drill down to get the information that you need from the product level. So And then, of course, if you do have access to our Helium 10 tools, you can actually use some of this information, these ASINs, and use our tool Cerebro to do reverse ASIN lookbacks and get some keywords out of this as well. But, I kind of just wanted to showcase really quickly how you can leverage, what's Amazon doing, or what's Amazon displaying that you could potentially leverage. In addition to product targets, you can also use Xray now for your keyword research. So actually, you know what? Let me click on it here. You can see it's in the beta state, but this will really give you a good idea of the different keywords that are also being leveraged on this search results page that are similar to crutches or has the word crutches in it. So you can see quite a few things here. Again, this is just based off the search crutches that I did. You can see all these relevant keywords that you might actually want to use for your PPC. So this is just a real quick way to do some of your keyword research. And again, this is free. This is just in our Google Chrome extension called Xray. So this gives you really good insights into search volume and different trends, sales. So if you wanted to filter this down to maybe really high search volume keywords, or maybe you're doing long tail keywords in your PPC launch, this is a really easy way for you to get the data and then export that so that you can use in your PPC campaigns. The other just kind of real quick idea that I like to share, because this is a really simple one, is to always sort by your newest arrivals. So again, I'm on the word crutches, so I'm looking at products that are crutches, but if I click on the newest arrivals, I can basically see all these brand new products that are in this category. And most likely, a lot of these detail pages probably don't have a lot of advertising on them because, again, they're brand new. So this is something that you probably want to target using your PPC. And you can do that really quickly after you click on newest arrivals. You can just go ahead and use the extension again, and then use ASIN grabber. And it's just going to pull all the ASINs that are on this page, again, under the newest arrivals category. And it's going to make it, you can see all of them in one simple list. And then again, you can export that data and then use it in your PPC campaigns, because again, product targeting is a really, really important way to leverage PPC. These are the ways that I recommend you doing your initial research if you don't want to learn a bunch of new tools, which you can also as well at Helium 10. We have lots of good research tools, but we've done a lot to put some capabilities for free into the Google Chrome extension. And so those are just a couple of ways to leverage those.
These were some tips to find the keywords. And when we have a keywords, we have to launch our PPC campaigns.
Yes, and that's right. So I'm going to give you some tips next on those strategies that, again, are being taught in the PPC course. So you guys are getting an inside look at that information. All right, the number one most important tip when launching campaigns is, how do you name them? So we've put together some information on some best practices on your naming structure. So why is this going to become important? Well, once you start launching campaigns, if you have a lot of campaigns, eventually you're going to want an easy way to kind of filter through them so that you can find them and make optimizations. So this is just, the flow, so to speak, of an example of a naming structure. And so just to quickly go through it, at the beginning of it should be kind of a product code, like what is the product? That should be the first thing. So in this example, this is electrolyte powder, and it's hard. The name of it's called Hard Work, and it's unflavored electrolyte powder. So HU to the seller designates this as that particular product. And then what type of campaign is he launching or is he using? This is a sponsored product campaign. So that's the type of the ad. If you're using different match types in different campaigns, which is something that we do suggest as well, you put that next again. So exact means I'm only using exact match keywords in this particular campaign. And then what's the goal for this campaign? If it does have a particular goal, it might just be a launch campaign, but let's just say it's a ranking campaign. Then you put that in there under as the purpose. So ranking is listed. And then where did you get the keywords? If you source the keywords maybe from Amazon, as I just showed you, you might want to go ahead and put the source of those keywords. If you're using your search term reports to leverage, once you have campaigns running, you can look at your search term reports and say, hey, what's converted for me? I'm going to go ahead and try to test those in a different campaign. So in this example, you can see that's what they did. The source of the keywords are actually from their search term reports. So again, however way you want to do this is just an example, but it's really important so that it doesn't get out of hand once you start having many campaigns in your PPC account, which hopefully you do. Another tip that we can provide is the auto campaigns. And the strategy here is to maybe break them up into 4 different campaigns if you have the budget. Now, most people might be curious as to why you'd want to do that, because an auto campaign is just an auto campaign run by Amazon. But there are different targeting methods that you can use that kind of tells Amazon, what kind of products or what kind of keywords I do want to be shown for my product, even at an auto campaign level. So you've got close match keyword targeting, and that means kind of what it says. Your ad's going to show to shoppers that have search terms that are really close to your product. So that's a search result page. Then you've got loose match keyword targeting. So the ad's going to show to products that are loosely related to your product, right? So again, those are 2 things that are search term based, and you do have control over those. So the other 2 are kind of product targeting level. So you've got substitutes product targeting. And again, product targeting is when your ad appears on somebody else's product detail page on their listing. So you can tell Amazon, you know what, I want to be seen on products that are substitutes for my product, or maybe complements for my product. So both of these are really good for, let's say you sell sheets and you want to be shown on, pillows product listings. That's going to be a good fit for the complements product targeting. So most of the time you just launch these in one auto campaign, and then you just see over time which of these buckets, so to speak, works best for you. But an advanced strategy would be, why don't you launch the auto campaigns into 4 of their own? And that way you can monitor the performance of each one and do optimizations based on, the search terms that are happening in each one of these auto campaigns. Now, we also want to make sure that it's very, very clear, and I mentioned this before, you should have your campaigns broken up by match types. So a lot of sellers don't know what that means, and maybe they make the mistake of putting their broad and their phrase and their exact match keywords all in one campaign or in one ad group. And what ends up happening is that, generally speaking, because they are different match types, they're going to have different impressions. And so the higher impression ones are going to be the ones that take all the budget. You're not going to really truly test all the campaigns when you do that way. The broad match, especially, you don't want to mix with exact, because their broad match keywords are really sourcing lots of different search terms, not just the keyword that you're bidding on. So let's say in this example, the broad match keyword is egg tray. Well, egg tray is 2 different words, and Amazon will put it in lots of different versions. Like you see the one right above egg holder tray, egg tray countertop. So Amazon's going to find a lot of different search terms and connect them to that particular keyword, egg tray. So that's really what we call like a research campaign. I'll go into that in a second. Phrase match is just slightly more narrow of a bucket, so to speak. The egg tray has to be in that order. So the search term that a shopper is using has to have egg and tray right next to each other. Now, in this example, you can see wooden egg tray. So the word wooden is before it. Egg tray for refrigerator. Again, it has to be after that. So basically what we're saying here is that you make phrase match a little bit more of an isolated search to refine the search even more, the search results even more. And then exact match, really, you should only be using when you've got keywords that you want to rank for, that you want to really try to fine tune your laser focus on PPC on, because it's really only going to be that particular keyword that you're bidding upon. But it could also be the plural. So you don't need to actually really use plurals when it comes to exact match. Amazon will already know that egg tray and egg trays are almost the same thing. So it's going to target egg trays without you having to actually specifically put it in there. So I mentioned this before, campaign builder framework. This is just something, again, that we recommend. We have 4 minimum campaigns that you should launch with when you're doing PPC. Now, I already mentioned the auto campaigns. So you can either break out the 4 auto campaigns, like that strategy that I just shared with you, or you can just focus on one auto campaign and then look at the results of those 3 different match types over time. But you have to have at least one, because that's going to be a very big research type campaign for you. And it's going to find a lot of search terms and ASINs for you that you can then use to target in your other PPC campaigns. The one right below that is a research campaign. And again, that's just the campaign. You're going to have your broad match keywords. Again, broad match keywords, you're going to see a lot of different search terms come to those broad match keywords, and then you're going to be able to target them based on what works for you, and then target them maybe directly as an exact match or even phrase match if you wanted to, but you got to have at least a research campaign that includes broad match keywords. And then a performance campaign. This is where the exact match keywords go. And this is something that you can funnel your keywords into that are working from your auto campaign and from your research campaign. Now, Adtomic, which is our PPC tool, again, does all this for you automatically, but you can definitely use your search term reports and looking at these metrics in the Amazon Ads Console to make these kinds of moves and promotions as well. And then last but not least is that product targeting campaign. Like I've been saying, having a campaign that has your competitors' ASINs, your competitors' product detail pages in it, super important for visibility, especially for brand new campaigns at launch. And again, at a bare minimum, you have to have at least one of them. And this is where your research is going to go that I showed you earlier. For those ASINs, you're going to target them in this particular type of campaign. And the great thing about this framework is that you don't have to be brand registered to do this. You just, as long as you're a seller, you have access to all these campaign types. When you're brand registered, you have access to a lot more different campaign types, but that we could do a whole different course on that one.
All right. Thank you very much, Vince. And you mentioned that Adtomic can do some of these things. How much is it automation and how much seller can still manually adjust settings?
Yeah, that's a great question, because a lot of tools are really heavy, maybe in one direction or another direction.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of thought about Adtomic with it being kind of in the middle, so you can do manual optimizations really quickly in the tool, and you can set up some automations if you wanted to, like maybe looking for the search terms from the auto campaign and putting it into the exact match campaign. Our tool will do that. Finding bad stuff, finding search terms that are not working for you, then making them negative. Adtomic will do that for you, but you can choose, do I want to look at those recommendations manually and then maybe apply them one at a time, or you can set the tool to automate, and then Adtomic will just make all the changes for you and then show you what happened or what changed in our change log area of Adtomic. So it really does walk the line of, you can do as many manual things as you want, or you can do full automation if you'd like.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Vince. And some of you will meet Vince in Sell and Scale Summit by Helium 10. Are you presenting there, Vince? Are you educating people?
I am. I'm going to be on one panel with Amazon Ads to talk about a brand new feature that we're launching at Sell and Scale. And then I'll be doing a live Tacos Tuesday, which is my monthly training sessions that I do on PPC. I'll be doing a live session there at Sell and Scale. And again, sharing all the new stuff that we are launching in Adtomic at that show.
Yeah, that's awesome. So below in the description, you'll find all the links to the Vince PPC course, which is still currently for free. So should you be a Helium 10 user or not to get access to this course?
Right now, it's completely open to anyone and everyone.
So you don't even need to be signed up with Helium 10. However,
correct.
If you want to sign up for Helium 10, you will also find the links below and coupon codes. If you want to still fly to Las Vegas, check the link to the summit and the discount code for your ticket. And thank you very much, Vince. And good luck in your business, and see you in the next video where we'll do a demo of your Adtomic product.
Of the new features. Tool. Yes. Yeah. Cool. That would be great.
Okay, cool.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
As mentioned in the video, all the relevant links you will find below in the description. It will be Helium 10 with the coupon codes Adtomic PPC course, which is currently for free by Vince and Mina Elias. Also below you'll find the link to Sell and Scale Summit, as well as a coupon code if you would like to purchase the ticket and fly to Las Vegas. And now I would like to invite you to watch the demo of Adtomic, where Vince Montero is going through all the features they have in their tool.